I feel like I pawn here and take the Tenpai. Like,
I think we can skip the first one.
Max, I don't know.
This is like a hand where we can be greedy.
Max, I don't know if I'm okay with allowing this much evil on the channel. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is pretty evil.
Okay,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Yusong, and I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Today, we are lucky enough to be joined once again by Max, aka LightPinkYoshi. He's ranked Saint 2-star in Mahjong Soul and 7 Dan in Tenhou, which is even higher than Saint 2-star in Mahjong Soul if you trust my conversion between games. Max, it's so great to have you back. How have you been?
I've been great, and I've been even better for one reason, because I get to correct your info. I hit 8 Dan again yesterday.
Whoa! Oh my goodness. So in Tenhou, you said to me that you are literally able to access like the highest ranked room with like what, the top 1,000 ladder players in the world?
It's like top 3K, but 2,000 of those are at 7 Dan.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, huge congrats on 8 Dan in Tenhou. That is unbelievable. So we're going to get into it. So the way this is going to work is going to be the same as last video where we had Max, where I'm going to hop into the Jade Room. It's maybe a little, I don't know, unsportsmanlike. I don't know how you would describe this, but I have screen shared with Max. We're going to just talk about the game together. And we're going to try to learn something here today. We're going to try to improve. I wanted to ask, because right before we started this video, you took a look at my match history. It's actually going okay. How have your games been going?
Yeah, so like I said, I just hit the promotion. My games have been going like out of this world. I think I'm on 20 or 22 games in a row without a fourth, of which like half of those were firsts. It's been otherworldly. So now that we're on the call together, I'm sure both of our lucks are going to collide, and we're going to get absolutely farmed.
Absolutely. It's two North Poles pushing against each other. I'm looking forward to the inevitable collapse. I'm going to cut 7 of bamboo here.
Yeah, that seems fine.
All right.
This hand really is just, okay, we've got the Haku pair. I don't think we really need to open the first one.
Oh, really?
This hand could probably be a pretty solid Riichi, but like we still just want to take the second one if it's offered.
Totally. I mean, that seems pretty good. I'm down to just throw like a 7 of circles here now.
Yeah, either one's fine.
4 or 7 in your case?
Yeah, there's probably some minuscule difference there, but realistically, like, it's not gonna be important.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a really interesting tile. So I feel like I cut 4 of circles here, and now I'm way more happy to open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I think we'll. Oh, go for it.
No, please go ahead.
Yeah. So now I think we'll probably take the first white dragon that we're offered, because if we had a more likely chance of getting Tenpai closed, then I'd be willing to skip the first white, because then that Riichi on the second copy of it is really, really strong.
Right.
But we're just not that likely to draw into a closed Tenpai, so I think just getting the Tenpai ASAP is fine.
To paraphrase and to make sure that I'm understanding you correctly, like, if we were more likely, if our hand was a little bit stronger and we could get into Tenpai and wait for the white dragon specifically, you would maybe skip the first one and then call Riichi and do some truly evil gaming waiting on the white dragon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I think you can throw either the white or the 4 here, but I probably prefer the white.
Real, and we're just Tenhou gaming until the end of time.
Yeah, because it's just a little bit more flexible, and you can open on anything now instead of just the white.
Right. That is incredibly true. That is incredibly true, because sometimes I'm in this awkward position where I have a dragon pair, and I'm like, this feels like I could go Tenhou very...
throw the white.
Okay, yeah, this is guaranteed safe tile for everyone. Yeah, it's very awkward, but you're right. If we draw into like a 5 of bamboo, or even like, I don't know, another 8 of characters, there's a lot more flexibility here for us.
Yeah, that's pretty much the thought process.
Yeah.
We do lose out on 3 Soda Tenpai, which is a little bit sad, but if we draw that, we're still pretty happy with where we're at.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. I will say, since last time that you were on the channel, it's still okay. Classic. This is the beginning of the end for both of us. I mean, the curse is happening.
It's alright, it's alright. Now we just draw Amon, easy.
Yes, now we just draw into another copy of the door, and it's super freaking easy. I mean, this isn't bad. I feel like I slammed the like and subscribe and never looked back. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Slam is good, 2-5 is good.
Yeah. Since last time, I feel like I've genuinely felt more comfortable in opening up hands. I can't remember which video it was in, but I genuinely had the thought in one of my games. I opened for Tenhou, and I was like, this is a max style open, and I won that round. And so I just want to say, like, that felt incredible.
It's legitimately such a freeing feeling. It's just like, okay, to be like, I can look at any hand and feel like, okay, I can play this. I can make something happen.
I mean, I've joked about this before, but you know that butterfly meme of looking at any Mahjong hand and going, is this Tenhou? I feel like I'm even more so looking like that these days than before.
Yeah, legitimately, I think that's how I play Mahjong. It's just like, okay, is this Tenhou? Because it's just so broken.
Yeah. In your recent improvement from 7 dan to 8 dan, like were you studying at all? Like how, like have you been reading stuff, or has it just been like a lucky bout of games, or a really focused bout of games? Like what do you ascribe your recent success to?
I think honestly, at a certain point, it's just sample size.
Yeah.
Like if you're meant to be, or like if you're skilled enough at a certain point, like playing enough games is gonna get you there.
Yes.
But like it is Mahjong, so like that number can be like hundreds.
Right.
It's just a pain.
Arguably, my variance is just running hot right now, and I'm meant to be, you know, expert 2-star, and one day I will find myself back there, and it'll be good.
Like most people hover like ±1 of like what their actual stable rank is, but you know, it's hard to really say like, oh, if I improved, or am I getting lucky?
Yes.
Because like I think I'm playing well, but like I also think that I won some games that I didn't play very well, so it's like
yeah. Max, that's how I feel every time I win.
Throw the north here. You really want to try to get this reset.
Oh man. Okay, well, cutting the door. Another thing that I wanted to ask you about today is because, like, to focus on today is last time you just noticed other people discarding things that I personally would have never noticed in a million years. Like, I would love to hear. Wow, this is so painful. But if there are any interesting discards that you see today, like please let me know. Especially because I feel like I'm especially disadvantaged going Yap mode 3000 on every single video. I feel like, yeah, just like getting better at reading others' discards would go a long way.
Yeah, you can just throw the west here. It's fine. Yeah. We're like, this hand's not fantastic, but it's not so bad that we need to be holding a safe tile this early. And the west isn't exactly guaranteed to be safe anyway.
And you're thinking about like the ones and the. I feel like I just cut this 1-2 shape.
Yeah. This is a good example of just when you have too many blocks, you just cut your worst one.
Yes. And then like when you look at this hand, I you know, one of circles and 9 of bamboo still relatively safe still a relatively safe tile. Like, would you agree with that, or are you thinking like it's still kind of like, I don't know? Do we have recourse if someone else calls Riichi?
I mean, when someone calls Riichi, we just kind of like figure that out when it gets there. Like there, I would have actually played the 1-mon instead of the 9-pin, just because that 9-pin is like marginally safer to the 2 players. Yeah. I feel like it's functionally neither of those tiles is doing anything for us.
Yes, I feel like I genuinely, one of my worst habits in Riichi Mahjong is folding, but really sloppily folding, and like not picking the actual most safe tile and just seeing like, oh, this is safe enough. Oh, this is really interesting. A million pairs.
Yeah, I think Cheeto is a very valid play here, just because like the hand sucks regardless.
Yes. So I feel like I'm gonna cut 9 and maybe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe come back to normal if we draw into some awesome sequences, but probably 7 pairs.
And I think this is a hand where things are gonna start to get tricky as well. So we want to like keep our timer. I think here, probably on instinct, our safest tile is going to be 1-pin.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
It's behind that 2-pin. I didn't necessarily see whether or not that. Yeah, we'll play the 1-pin anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Really unfortunate.
Well, it's fine.
In this situation, like, would you still be trying to like Mawashi your way back into Tenpai, because like 5 of circles is a pretty good draw there.
It's a really nice draw, but it's like we're a very long way, and we have to push several curse tiles, so it's just kind of a wait and see game.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I would love to get Tenpai there, of course.
Yeah.
But you know, the game's gonna make that decision more than I'm gonna make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were saying before, like, try to keep the timer because this is a tricky situation and we don't have a lot of good. Like, going between Cheetor and a regular hand there is actually not as clear cut as it seemed.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, it's a little bit hard to avoid because we're yapping and like the way that we're doing this. But I think like a lot of people like will burn timer on decisions that don't need to burn timer, and then when there's an actually hard decision, they just panic.
Well, how would you assess, you know, burning the timer on anecdotes about the Costco parking lot? I feel like that's a good use of time.
I don't know. I've never actually been in a Costco.
Wow. Okay. Honestly, protect your soul. It's a godless place. The people don't care if you live or die in the parking lot there.
Understandable. Like all good parking lots.
Yeah.
Other people just need to get out of my way.
What do you think about Red Dragon here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I like, I recently, through Maka kind of gleaned, like, if we were sitting east seat and we had like, maybe I cut 2 here?
Yeah,
like,
2 months fine.
Like, I feel like a single, like, double ton east seat when prevalent is worth more than a floating 2 or an 8. Is that, like, do you agree with that?
Yeah. And in that slideshow that we linked the last time, that's actually, I do have like an early turns like discard tier list in there, and like double Tom / double South is like the end of that.
Oh
so
no.
Here,
2? I feel like we could.
Yeah. I think we could try to push this in a desperate situation, but for right now we can just play 2-pin.
Yeah. Every time I play Mahjong, it's a desperate situation. Yeah, but 2 doesn't.
So perfect. Bad. Now the 2-so and the 8-so just became a lot better, so we can like maybe make this happen. No, there's no reason to cheat that.
You just
If we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this open or closed.
Not a bad shape to end in tempo with like the 2-4-4-4 shape if we can swing it. Do you ever just cut the red dragon here?
Yeah, red's gonna be fine. And then I think even actually the 2 is probably gonna be like a little bit. The 2 of characters might actually even be a little bit better than the 2 or 8-so.
Why do you say that? Because the 3 came out a little bit earlier?
Yeah, just because it's like it's a bit blocked off there, and like yes, the 2 and the 8 were Suji, but we saw absolutely none of the tiles around them. Like we saw none of the 1s, 2s, 3s, or the 7s, 8s, 9s. Or I guess we see one of the 2-so.
I'm writing E3 like push decision. Something that you've said that really and this is a great I mean the 5 is kind of eating up the 2 a little bit, but a great situation to keep the east one here.
Yeah. Because not only is the east like your ability to open this hand, but if you do happen to draw 2 of them, it's just so much value.
Right. Unfortunate pun. Something that I've done more that feels way better in reviewing the games is that you last time were like, just write down the moments where you were confused and what discards you felt confused about and review those with Maka, because those are really important. And that I feel like
we get rid of the East ASAP. We don't want to deal with this.
Just if they have a half flush or something incredibly stupid. This I feel like we never discard unless like it's absolutely paramount. Oh wow.
Well, we could just play the 5-mon here, I believe.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of looking to see what happens. Like, I agree with you. We don't really have much of a reason to play out the white right now. And we're just kind of like trying to play wait and see on what's actually going to end up happening with this hand.
Yes, I feel like a crosslord probably going for a circle suit half flush if we had to guess.
Yeah, I think that's like a fairly, especially with that red cut and now the red palm, which makes our shape slightly worse.
Yeah, our hand pretty stinky now. I feel like I cut 8-9 and then still try to see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Any other considerations that you're thinking about?
I was thinking a little bit about just throwing the 7 back, but it's just one of those just like, Yeah, now we're happy. And now we can open.
Now we're extremely happy. Holy moly.
Yeah, now we get our own half flush.
I feel like if 3 of circles comes out,
like exactly. Unless we draw exactly. Oh yeah, we cheat.
And we never look back, and we're just probably gonna end up on a single tile wait for either 3 of circles or white dragon.
Yeah, and then one thing to note though is that the 1-pin did like essentially pass a crosslord.
Yeah,
is like if they had the ability to cheat it, they would have.
Right.
So if we do ever find a spot where we need to fold, like we're not that concerned.
How do you feel about full flush gaming here? Like if we draw into a 6 or a 9 or a 3, do you ever just send the white dragon anyway because we have a Mongon?
I think after this 2 palm, it's very difficult to justify. This you can just throw. This you can just throw. This is not that bad. Like it's red, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. So you're thinking because the player to our left has 2 completed sets, this is looking really spicy because that's if they had a pair of this, that would be one reason that they play like this.
Yeah, I think we have to throw this 6. I'm not like thrilled about it. We could very easily be feeding left lord Kamicha. But we're just kind of like in an awkward spot now. I don't love what I've done with us and what I've done to us here.
No, I would have done the exact same thing.
You skip.
I love greeting out for half flushes. It's the siren song of 2 Han, you know.
Okay, 9 safe. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I still cut 7 to keep things.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're not worried at all about the player on our right. And if a tile like 7 so deals into the player across from us, we don't care.
Yeah.
So the only player we're really worried about, like we're worried about circle tiles to the player across, because If it's not circle tiles, their hand has no value.
Yeah.
And we're worried about live tiles to the player on our left because like their value is toy if they have it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. A lot of Oh, can you actually cut this, or would you not?
I think we just cut it.
Yeah, it have a weird single tile weight. Could be demonic, but it could be okay.
There would be a hell weight, and they've had so many opportunities to not be on a hell weight.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I love this because
like you'll occasionally find some people that are like, oh yes, I watch Saki. He says my idol. I want to wait on hell weights because it's fun.
Yeah.
But like most of the time, people are just gonna be like taking the weights that's widest, especially with hands that they're really trying to win.
Definitely. So at this point, we're just like praying to get into Tenpai. I feel like the fine cut.
Yeah, that's fine. And we always have the 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just not gonna quite get there, which is also fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And it turns out like we could have cut the white the whole time, but
yeah.
Like,
and the YouTube comments eat us alive, and we feel bad about it afterwards.
Yeah, like in the long term, that's not a chance that's worth taking for us. This is gonna be an interesting hand, actually.
Yeah, I feel like wow, disgusting.
Now it's really interesting.
I cut 4?
No, just cut the white. Cut the white.
Keeping the 4 because like if we draw into what like.
If you draw like any Ryeonmen or like any like good connector to it, you'll just cut. You just throw the 6 back because the connections there aren't actually that good.
Wait,
but, like,
why would you draw? I feel like I pawn here and take the Tenpai. Like,
I think we can skip the first one.
Max, I don't know.
This is like a hand where we can be greedy.
Max, I don't know if I'm okay with allowing this much evil on the channel. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is pretty evil.
Okay, I'll swap out for the Dora.
Wow, this is so effing evil. Are you kidding me? So like if we draw into 2 of bamboo or 3 of circles, this is an insta Riichi, and then like the red dragon is like the most evil thing that we can conceive of.
Yeah, we also have the strong Suji weight on the 3-pin, but the other thing that we throw that back. That's fine. But the other thing that we can do is that if we ever draw like 6 mon, say, then we can even throw like Tuso or 3-pin and just like try to like use the Dora that way.
What is like the like if you had to drill this into like a numbskull's brain, which is me, like what principle would you say here? Like don't be too hasty if the rest of your hand looks great for a Yakuza.
Like this. Yeah, like this is like winning this for 1,000 points is just sad to me. Like this hand is like this hype is so nice. Like, why do we need to jump at it when like there's not really much difference between the discard rate of the first red dragon and the second red dragon.
Right.
Like sometimes it's gonna be dead walled, but it's just like okay, well.
Right. If the last copy of the red dragon comes out now, we have a really difficult decision to make. Do you press the pawn button then?
If it does, then yeah, I think we have to.
Okay, and then just cut the Dora?
I'm not super worried about player on our left being Tenpai just yet.
Okay, this is terrifying. What?
Okay, well, now we can just cut red dragon.
This is, oh my goodness. I've never been this patient in my life. Oh my goodness. And then I still insta Riichi if I draw into Tenpai. Or would you Damaten here?
No,
like,
it depends.
Like 7 of characters, I might Damaten, but otherwise I feel like I just would Riichi.
I think we should slam unless we draw. If we draw the 3-pin, we can Dama because
I feel like I pawn here.
Yeah.
Try to.
It's like the Suji trap on the 3-pin. I think was the strong part of our weight. So like if we had drawn that, then I think Tuso 7-mon like you'd rather Dama, especially because you can get upgrades in Sozu.
I feel like I cut 3 here. Or no, oh my god, I thought this was a 6. Jeez, but this is dangerous.
I think you just throw the 7.
Yeah, I feel like it's still worth risking it for the biscuit. Maybe all simple is 3 Dora if we're lucky.
Player on our left, we're not worried about Toy. We're only worried about half flush. Oh, that's unfortunate. That you just have to toss back.
Yeah,
we're never cutting the Dora here, and our hand's like nice.
I feel like the player to our left probably has a half flush in the character suit. Like how like 6 of characters. I mean, I never want to lay this hand down because I'm a greed lord. Is there a character tile like red 5? Are you too scared to throw that? Like, cause that would be the only tile that I'm like, oh god.
I mean, this is it's become Suji. Like, I think we still just have to go.
Yeah, 6 past. I mean, yeah, we forged our own Suji.
It's also like I've been keeping an eye on it. Like that's the first white dragon right there is the first time they've changed their hand since they conned.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, how often? So they also just changed their hand again. Yeah. This might be a fold though, right? Like for exhaustive.
Possibly, but it's like it was more of just like it was unlikely that they were Tenpai. I think. Was essentially my thinking there.
So for like Sumo Giri and Saki Giri, right? Is that the
Tadashi is
Tadashi?
The one for,
excuse me, I always get that. Oh,
Ugh.
brother.
Okay, that's a bit unhappy.
I think I have to.
This I think you can just fold this.
Oh my god.
I think like
Pekka.
yeah, you can just play the 5.
Yeah, maybe we can get back
sad.
into Tenpai. Like,
No,
no, we can't. We don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one where I think the robot is probably going to yell at us and tell us to push.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
like, I just don't think that we actually get all that much value. Also,
all triplets, red 5, disgusting hand. Like, what a disgusting hand. Okay.
especially for sitting here on like ladder.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you deal into like we're still in like we're not in like a great spot where we're not like overly unhappy here. If you deal in with a 6-mon there, like you're just in such an awful spot for the rest of the game.
Yeah, how miserable would it make you? So are you paying attention to like every time the discard comes from when the person's hand, or
no,
like
no?
Okay.
God, I do not have the brain power for that. I'm sure some people do. But I do not. I mostly like I pay attention to open hands because those are the ones where you're actually getting information from. I think very consistently.
Okay.
From what they're actually like choosing to discard from their hand.
Do you ever on the subject of this hand? Do you ever open for Tanya here? It's a little bit too awkward IMO for a Tanya situation.
I think this hand can be Tanya. I think that draw makes it very good.
Okay.
I think like you wouldn't want to chi anything just yet with this hand, but I think like if you were offered like pawning, then it would be fine.
I feel like I might just cut the 7 of characters, try to keep.
I think I kind of want to like lean into this Tanya and cut 1 bin.
Wow. Okay. Because like I feel like the likelihood that we actually get to win with Tanya is way higher than keeping our hand closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is fine because we're not the one who's pressured by this. Yeah, we just play 1.
Yeah.
And then our what's your next cut? And that's what you should be thinking about. Well, never mind. This game sucks.
I feel like I feel like our next cut, I don't know, just slam like a 2 of circles is somewhere close to a terminal tile.
It's just the next cut would have just been 8 pin.
What do you say? Okay, I'm gonna go look back on this hand as well. The South 2 repeat 2 Tenpai decision.
But that's another way to just make your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's just like, especially when you're defending, like have an idea on what you're going to discard beforehand. And this is just easy. Yeah. But like have an idea of what you're going to discard before then. Like don't like autopilot it, of course, because your draw can change things and the tiles that come out can also change things.
Yeah.
But that's going to save you timer. This should just be 9 so.
All of our honor tiles.
Yeah, the dragons and honors are really good here.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm trying to absorb the information. My brain is moving at a snail's pace. I'm still fixated on what you said earlier, which is that when a crosser called Riichi there, you said that we are not feeling pressured by this. What did you mean by that?
So we're not the one who had called 2 times, and we're also not the one who's in last place.
So we're okay chilling. Like we're not in a bad place if they sumo.
Yeah, like we've pretty much like, you know, we've got a deal still, but like we're sitting here like we're probably not gonna win this game.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, so the goal, when you're not going to win the game, the goal shifts to, all right, how do I not lose this game? And the best way for us to not lose that game is for someone else to lose this game is for someone else to deal into the dealer.
Absolutely. Yeah, the sumo is just a little unfortunate there. No, for sure. Yeah. I agree in that, like, thinking about the next best discard is definitely the shmove. I don't even like this 9. Like, I
think we can keep it. Yeah. Just because 7-mon draw is so good.
Like if we draw into a 7, it's a 7-8-9, a 5-6-6 shape, and a 3-4-5.
It's just at that point. Actually, I think we can even just cut the 9 back. I might have just misled us, but it's fine.
No, it's we still have a double-sided weight. Yeah, it's not terrible, this situation. Yeah.
I think we can even chi the 7-mon if we're offered it.
Just straight up go for Tanya. It's not terrible.
Yeah. Oh well. I think we chi this.
For
chi 6-8 cut 9.
Okay, and then so this breaks Ipatsu. We have none safe tiles after this, but we're just riding the lightning.
That's what I was gonna get to with the whole thing. It's just like if you can't come up with a safe tile, like after or like your next safe tile, then maybe you just push.
Thinking about your next safe tile requires like a level of thinking and logic and planning that most adults should have at this point, and that I just simply don't have that brain RAM for. This is so. Oh no.
Yeah,
we doomed ourselves.
I mean, that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, you know, if we hadn't cheated, then things might have been different.
But that's okay.
It's like you want to fight that because them winning that hand is bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can prevent them from winning that hand, then you know we're in a much better spot overall.
Yeah. My eyes are going red for the half flush.
Yeah. This is just a snap send half flush.
Oh, I guess you cut the 4-7 first to not show your hand too much.
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay. And I feel like I pawn literally anything that comes across my way, like Eastwind or White.
Ideally, we get the white.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like you can't do anything. You just We're maybe tunneling a little bit here, but I'm like, the dream is get the white and get even like a full straight.
Yeah. White and pure straight would be the absolute dream. I'm only laughing at you saying we're tunneling here because that's me. This is just me every game. This is just me. This is me every game.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
What we can do as well, we're definitely going to aim to pawn the white, but if we've opened the hand, then I think we're actually, if we've already opened the hand, then I think we're going to look to con the east.
Okay, if we've already opened, but if the east comes out, do you ever just press the pawn button here, cut the 9, and then save the con for later?
No, I think it's worth just going.
Just like slamming the con regardless?
I don't think we have to con if it's like the first thing. Now I think maybe con would be good.
Yeah.
I
feel like
those 8 coming is not great for us.
Yeah, 8 of bamboo looking. That's great.
Perfect.
Though.
Okay.
Yeah,
but now we definitely would not con.
Okay. Yeah, just because
like we don't really want the world to know. Like if we con the east and it's not our first open, then they don't really technically know what we're doing yet. Like they can have an idea. But,
I cut 2.
This should be 2.
Yeah.
2. Because you can still get the full straight, but the 8 is the shape that needs the most help.
Right.
Is how I like to think about it.
This double-sided weight is still really, really strong, but this shape is not as good. Okay, this is disgusting now. I feel like I pivot to the. I mean.
Yeah, I think this is fine.
It kills the pure straight, but a lot of 8s are gone, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still pawn white dragon here.
Yes. Yeah. Let me just throw this back. Yeah. If we deal into the dealer, we deal into the dealer.
And you would never just straight up con here because we're in last place and like maybe we want to get a little freaky with it.
I don't want our first like open to be the con.
Okay.
Because that's not actually adding value to our hand or progressing us.
Hear that, everyone? I feel like I Riichi 100,000%.
Huh.
Last place gaming?
Let's try it. Yeah. I don't actually know. It's like it's hard, right? Because it's like this third row, but also like.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, well.
Okay.
All
right.
Maybe now the white's slightly more likely to come out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's like, not terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is the other reality is that like sometimes people just help you.
Oh jeez.
Though in this case, the Ura is also helping us here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm okay with this. So South 4, I am in this situation. It's so hard for us to get. Like, if we get a monster hand right now. Oh, hold up. Like
Speaking
that's
of.
actually okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for the half flush again. Like.
I don't yet. We're definitely aiming at a half flush.
Yeah.
Cut the 9 for sure.
Yeah.
Before we waste more timer. But we're definitely aiming at half flush. But winning this hand in general is going to be like very, very important.
Yeah. No matter what.
Because like we're still at like an awkward spot where like any decent sized sumo will give us last.
Right. We have to pay out the dealer.
So just the value even of winning. Okay, will she
6-8?
6-8. Yeah.
I'm still happy to press pawn here. I feel like
pawn. Yeah. Okay. Well, pawn. Then we'll cut the 5 mon. Yeah.
I'm
at this point,
still okay with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you had to choose between a single tile, I mean, now the east one has come out once, but like you have to choose between a single tile, which would you choose?
It'll still be the east unless the east becomes a hellweight. But the 1 pin adds a lot of acceptance, so we keep it around. You cannot cheat that.
Yeah. But like if you pawn the white dragon right now, like you would cut 1 of circles, or
yeah, I'd cut the 1.
Okay. Yeah, because this isn't even that bad. Like the single tile weight on the east one can still be upgraded to a 2-sided weight if we get even a little lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where it's going to get really, really important for us to pay attention to the tiles that are coming out of the player on the right's hand as well.
Okay, so they cut
because like they cheat and cut the 7. So what they're probably doing is going for a Tenhou. But now they cut the 3 from their hand, so it's not necessarily a consistent story that they're telling here. But just like obviously, like if we D-land it all, we lose.
Right. Oh, jeez.
I think you can just con. We don't actually get a lot of great acceptance from holding that 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Well.
I mean, I guess we keep it. Yeah.
I cut the East and
all,
I pray.
not?
Yeah. This is really freaky. No, but that's okay. Like this, okay. Now we have a chance to not die in last. Okay. All right. This feels bad.
But like that doesn't actually help us all that much. Okay. Well, now we're Tenpai.
This is great. This is wow. And I still pawn White Dragon.
You will pawn the white here.
Yeah. Just to improve.
But like, if the player across with sumos, then
we're dead. Yeah, we're screwed
anyway.
Yeah.
The good news is that the player on the right has no need to like fold at all. So they might just deal in for us.
Yeah, it's at least nice that we can't play that defensively here. Okay, I want to ask a question. Like, if Left Lord calls Riichi here, do we ever fold, or we still have to stay fighting, right? So like, there's very rare situations where we fold.
I mean, we pawn. Yeah. We pawn, we cut 1 pin, but so the thing is, if they call Riichi, then like we have to be Tenpai. That's just unfortunate. We tell ourselves that they would not have cut that tile if we didn't do that.
And that's how we sleep that night.
Yeah.
So earlier you said like they cheated the 2-3 and then they cut the 7. They're telling a story about Tenhou. Like why? Like the 7 is pretty. Oh, okay. Well, I cut this. Like it's CG. We're fine. Gaming. It's okay. Go. Yeah.
This helps a little bit because if like the player on the right sumos, then we at least like have like a little bit more leeway.
With hopefully just I mean even a 2 on hand kind of hurts here. Oh my god.
The player. Okay. No, we still lose. And it's 3. Oh, it's our weight. Oh, that's so brutal.
Oh god. Okay, it was meant to be. We were both running so hot. Oh, the humanity. Okay, but like we were both running so hot that it was bound to happen. Yeah. So I would love to go back into the logs and ask you immediately about that 7 of bamboo. Like why that seems like such an innocuous discard to me. Why is it giving you the indication that it's Tenhou? I mean, I agree, like probably if they're opening up their hand at all, but like any reasoning beyond that?
I mean, it's really just the fact that they're opening up their hand, and they're opening up their hand on like a difficult shape to fill for a Tenhou. You know, they got the 4 into the 2-3.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So like, because like open up their hand real quick.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, and it's like, so in this case, maybe even the 7 should not have been the tile that they cut. Maybe it even should have been the 3.
Yeah, because this is probably going to be their pair no matter what. 2-3-4 mixed triple sequence, maybe, like kind of interesting.
I mean, that's the goal, but for them, like the Yaku itself doesn't actually matter in this case. Like they're just trying to kill the game, you know, and get out.
What a disgusting hand that I did not even remotely clock was a half flush coming.
No, to be honest, neither did I.
Yeah, but Maka loves the con here, which feels good. Oh
yeah,
God.
I mean, like I think you kind of have to.
Yeah, and I think that we had to play this game the way that we played it.
Yeah.
Cut this. Something weird happened. You have to cut this. Like, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah, you absolutely. I mean, yeah, it just got pawned. Like,
right. Yeah, and we weren't even the person that. Okay, you and me could have ruled the city, Spider-Man. Okay, this is so unfortunate. And then I feel like they like the pawn here as well. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So like the one thing is that like this gives a little bit of information about what our weight is, because you know there aren't that many shapes. Like if you think that we're Tenpai already, then like this is like the only shape that it can be if you're pawning and then moving. But like so like look, if you actually look at the player on our right, they decided to take a no Yaku Tenpai rather than cut the 1 pin and then only cut the 1 pin after we after we did.
Right. Yeah, not a bad way to protect the lead, especially with the world's most obvious conning half flush hand materializing before you. I also wanted to check the East 3. There was like a push decision that was somewhere in here.
Yeah.
They like the 2 of characters here.
Yeah, it's just because we had already cut the 1.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
so it's just not really ever doing all that much for us.
It took a while to cut the 2.
Once the Riichi comes out here,
once
is, I believe, on this turn. Yeah.
It's
it's relatively split, but I think like you can still have the idea of going around at this point and just playing like 2-pin because like the Tuso is so good at like forming a pair back.
Yeah, like with the 2, 3, 4, or just even another 2 of bamboo in our hand.
Yeah.
And then was there anything beyond this point that was kind of...
the only other thing was that, I think like this was right before they sumoed, but I think we were willing to play the 2-mon instead of the 2-so or the 8-so.
Oh yeah, I would love to ask you why. Like just because the 3 came out early, and if like 5th discard, it's still weird for them to be cutting from an awesome 3/3/4 block.
Pretty much, yeah. And like this probably is a bit wrong on my end. It was just like in terms of like Suji, like just the shapes that we're expecting the 2-mon to deal into are just like they are higher quality, but there are fewer of them than the potential 2-so or 8-so like would deal into.
As in, like
even though they are Suji, like the 2-so is only 1 cut, and we see none of the 1s, or we see 1 of the 3s and none of the 1s, despite the fact that we're using like so many tiles in that range.
Yeah.
So they should be harder. And then the 8-so, like we see nothing in upper Sozu.
Sure.
So like, this could very easily be like, it's just like kind of differentiate the concept of differentiating between like good Suji and bad Suji. It's like we absolutely would have pushed the 8-so or the 2-so if we had gotten like progress draws.
Yeah.
Because like our hand's not bad, but it's just like there's no reason, like the point of folding or the point of going around is we're trying to play the safest tile every turn without blowing up our hand.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, wow. Really just we did not get to press the Riichi button that many times.
Yeah, where did we leave? There was one hand where we decided to fold at the very end. I think it was either
this somehow
it was this one. Yeah, it was this one.
Draw?
If you just go to the last one.
Yeah. How did this hand not win? Oh my god. God. So this was really unfortunate. And then we ended up holding at the last moment.
The way that this game played out was just a bit unfortunate for us, because like we didn't want to give that, but this is also just like kind of this like just comes back to bite us, because that like this extra amount of points would have been
the extra 1,500 actually would have mattered. But like this, I can like all the 8s are gone, which is like fine, but there are not a lot of 4s and 5s visible, which was really spooky.
And they had changed their hand after all those 6s and 3s came out. So it's just like it's hard to track like exactly how their hand would have played out, but like that would have been theoretically a block that's very easy to have, but very hard for them to have filled successfully.
By they, you mean the player across from us?
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. This one was.
Let's see, and then we could have. I guess there was. Oh, we should have got the Dora.
Wait, this hand?
Yeah. We see all of the 6-mon when we draw that last one.
Oh, we should have cut the Dora here.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So, like, we only Maka's not going to agree with it, but the only thing we deal into
single tile weight.
Yeah, is like a Tonki that there's only one of out.
Oh my god. Mahjong Soul, we were trying to do something cool. We were trying to do a video. This is why Yusong needs a special clause in this game to have 300 seconds for every decision. Okay, this is all the 6s are gone, all the 8s are gone. We even see a third copy of the 7. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, getting into Tempa here would have been nasty. Okay.
That's tough.
Really unfortunate. Really
feel bad now.
No. Oh my god. I feel so. We gotta get you back on the channel, because this game. I mean, there were a lot of teaching moments, but I feel like in a river of bad luck, there's only so much that you could do.
Yeah. So let's see. So where did our points go?
Yeah.
Like we didn't feed anything. We just kind of got bled out by sumos, right? There were two different Ippot sumos.
Yes. Yes.
And then let's check out this Riichi.
The South 3 Riichi?
Yeah.
Oh
so
my god, we were
no
gaming
problem, I think,
so
with how we
hard
played this
here.
hand.
Yeah. They're okay with this. They're okay with this. And then Oh, we called Riichi. Oh, they did. They hated the Riichi. Oh, jeez.
Let's see. So we're down. We're down what? We're down 6,200.
Yeah.
So if we do win this hand Dama, we do get out of last, but not by. If it's on the 7th, so then only by 200, and we're still kind of in the same problem.
Right. It's a 3-hunt only, like half flesh only kind of a situation.
Where are the whites?
Okay, they were just in the wall.
Unfortunate.
Jeez, super
unfortunate, but does not begin to describe.
Is that a reference to the Pokemon?
Yep.
Unfortunate does not begin to describe this Tenpai. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're getting crit by a Gyarados waterfall right now. I can't remember what happened in the game, but something
it was.
Like
I think they had a tech for. I think they had Thunderbolt Jirachi, and they got flinched by Gyarados waterfall or something.
Right.
And that was like the only. It was like the major threat to their team.
Anyway. Yeah, but unfortunate. So with the sober light of day, would you still call this Riichi again if you could? I feel like I think it's very borderline. I think this is not a decision that I'm like particularly good at. Because like there are certain people like that, you know. I don't know, because I don't think that if the White Dragon's paired here, I don't think it ever comes out without us reaching. But yeah,
it's also like we can get the 7 so still. It's just that are we that happy with that?
Yeah.
Like obviously we're happy, but
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
This also the stick would have saved us.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, that's so sad. Oh, that's so sad. Give me the Riichi stick here, would have saved us. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so but I don't want to draw any like super big conclusions from one, you know, confirmation. I don't want to become a confirmation bias Connor.
I mean, this was just like a very marginal game that we're like, unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot to like actually work with. You know, like we got a few like nice tempais, but weren't able to convert any of them. And like sometimes that's just gonna be Mahjong. Right. You know, like you look at the best players, like, and they're still like depending on where they're playing, they're rocking between like a 17 to 18% fourth rate on Mahjong Soul, or like if you're playing over on Tenhou, you know, you're rocking like a 22 or 23% fourth rate.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just it's more of like you just have to convert enough games. You just have to win enough games to then like balance out these games. So where you like you really can't avoid fourth. Like we got the S+ here, you know.
Yeah. It was.
While there were a couple of marginal decisions, I would like posit that we probably played this game better than the people we played against.
Right. I will say this, like, you know, I understand that you're here to coach me. This is a classic. If I had a video like yours where it's 2 hours of Riichi Mahjong strategy, this is a classic me see Riichi, me Riichi kind of a situation. This is a cave drawing kind of a situation where we just kind of slam the button. I'm just kidding. I like pressing the button here though.
Yeah, I honestly do not think that defaulting to I don't know, so I'm going to Riichi is going to be a bad thing long term.
Right.
Like I'd much rather a player over Riichi than under Riichi.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for this game. Max, is there anything that you like to plug? Where can people find you? Where can people support you?
Actually, yeah. So actually, I guess this is probably going to be after this goes up, but this coming Saturday, the 10th, the Riichi Nomi Club is playing the top 8 of some World League thing against other clubs from around the world.
Cool.
So if we get top 2 there, then we'll be playing the finals on the 17th, which you can check out on the Riichi Nomi YouTube channel.
Yes.
So hopefully that'll be there.
Yes. I think this will go up slightly after the 8th, but you can check the description for the Riichi Nomi YouTube channel to catch the next round, which hopefully that they are in.
Yeah, hopefully we will make the finals of that. And then the other thing is that the Riichi Nomi Open is coming up. It's actually already full on signatures,
this is
there might be a little bit of inside information that the cap might be increasing by a couple of people. And the waitlist is open. So if anyone wants to sign up for that, then, you know, by all means, we're probably going to be able to take a couple more people. And there's also likely going to be some dropouts between now and July 26th and 27th when the tournament is.
Wow. And this is an open Mahjong tournament. You don't have to be like anyone can sign up to play in the Riichi Nomi Open, right?
Yeah, anyone can sign up, all levels of experience, like both with playing the game and with tile handling. I would suggest that you know how to at least win a hand without chomboing, but like, you know, people will be around to help you with scoring, like no worries on that. People will fumble tiles, no worries on that. Like, it's just, we're all there to have a good time, and I'll be, I believe, staffing or judging, one or the other.
Nice.
So come say hi.
You get a free printed copy of Riichi Book 1 even if you don't win, like even just for signing up and showing up on the day.
No, that is the booby prize. You get that, I think, if you get second last, because we think it's funny.
Okay, never mind that. All right. Oh, well, is there anywhere else social-wise? I mean, all the links will be in the description, but anything else that you'd like to plug at this time?
Yeah, I should be probably starting up streaming again sometime this summer. So I'll, you know, go back to my own journey climbing Mahjong Soul. Though I'll be honest, I'm somewhat addicted to Tenhou right now. But hopefully that'll be coming. But that's gonna be twitch.tv/LightPinkYoshi.
Max, if you start doing Riichi Mahjong song parodies, expect a cease and desist, okay?
You know what? I can only do Taylor Swift, so I think I would get cease and desisted much faster.
Okay, well, we gotta have you back. We're due for some good luck. Last time, I mean, we really hit the two poles. Last time there was a Yakuman chance. This time we were not God's chosen one today, and you know what? That's okay. Max, thank you.
You know, if we do this again, maybe we get you drunk.
Yeah,
that's always good flow.
Oh boy. Thank you so much for your time. Everyone, if you're watching this video and you want to show your support, please feel free to leave a like and a comment. It helps out the channel such a great deal. And if you want to subscribe, I got new videos every single day. You can subscribe for that. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Link is down below in the description. 3 p.m. Pacific. Hope to see you there. Until next time, please take care of yourself and please be kind to yourself, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
Good night, all.